Hi there. This video is going to be a brief overview of how to create new auto replies as well as apply schedules to those auto replies. I'll show you how to create a schedule in here, and I will show you how to override a schedule for an auto reply. So first things first, we want to create a new auto reply. Go ahead and create it. Call this one after hours auto reply. And we'll go ahead and choose to manage it with a schedule here in a second, but just finish creating the auto reply. We want it to go for secure messages as well as inbound text messages. We can go ahead and type in the message. This is an after hours reply. One thing to note here for the secure messaging, you may see multiple spruce links here. This is just a way for you to differentiate when you receive an inbound message from a patient that connected on one link. You can have a different one for each link. So if you have a different link for different providers or locations or whatnot, you can differentiate your after hours messages based on that, just like you could do if you had multiple phone numbers here as well. These are those triggers. So once we've got our after hours auto reply all configured, we're going to choose manage this with a schedule. So go ahead and turn that on, and we'll choose a schedule. Oh, looks like we don't have one yet. No worries, we can create one right from this screen. So we'll go ahead and create that here. We can call this main practice hours, and we can choose our time zone, Eastern time. We can choose our business hours, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. And then the key thing to understand here with these schedules is everything outside of your business hours is considered after hours. You do not need two schedules, one for business hours and one for after hours. If the hours are really the same. You only need one. So we're going to say our business hours are 9 to 5. Anything outside of 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, including these weekend days, will be treated as after hours. If we wanted to have a recurring exception, like for, let's say, lunch, we could go ahead and add one as well. Let's call this lunch. And let's say lunch is every day from Monday to Friday. And let's say it's from 12 to 1, which you see is nicely auto-populated here. So now we've got our schedule all created, so we'll go ahead and save it. Now we can choose to apply that schedule to this auto reply. So we see here the one I called main practice hours is applied. And then we're basically just going to choose when should this be active. Should this be active during those business hours, 9 to 5, during after hours, anything outside of those hours, or during lunch? I'm going to go ahead and say this is active for after hours and during lunch. So if you'll remember, this will be active from 12 to 1, Monday through Friday for lunch, and any time outside of those 9 to 5 hours. So starting at 5:01 p.m. on the weekdays, ending at 8:59 the next day, and those weekends. And then we'll go ahead and create this. It's created and updated. You'll see that we can see the status of this auto reply here from our auto replies tab. We see the status is off until 5 p.m. That's because it's during business hours, right? It's during that 9 to 5 Eastern. And we will see if this were to change to active, it would update here. We'll also see the schedule recreated here in our schedules tab. But if we jump back to the auto replies, the last thing to look at is how to override. So let's say we're closing our practice early today because there's a weather issue or a provider sick or something, and we want to turn this on now earlier than we normally would. We can easily come in here and just select the override button, and that's going to give us a little pop-up that says you want to temporarily override this, and we're going to say yes, go ahead and temporarily override. And what that's going to do is it's going to turn it on. So we now see that this is active, and it's going to stay active until the next schedule period that it would turn off, right? So this is, if you remember, from 9 to 5, this is going to stay on until 9 a.m. tomorrow morning when it would normally turn off. If we wanted to make any changes to the override, like canceling it, we can do that here. Last thing to go over, if we wanted to change the schedule that was active on an auto reply, like one we created, or really that's active anywhere else. In this case, we see it's only active on the auto reply section. We can go ahead and choose edit, and we could say, you know what, we're actually going to change our business hours. They're actually going to close at 4:30 every day. You could go ahead and make that change and press update schedule. And now our business closes at 4:30, and this auto reply will turn on at 4:30 every day when our after hours starts instead of 5. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.